Talk to me about your podcast. You got Michael Chandler on for your first episode. That's pretty cool. I didn't have somebody that cool on my first episode of my podcast. Why are you doing it? What's the plan? Are you going to do them in person going forward? And yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, it'll be all in person.
Great.
And my plan is, so I lift, run, and shoot every day. And what that means is I lift weights, I run the mountain generally, and then I shoot my bow every day. So my plan is every guest that's coming in is going to train with me. We'll lift, run, shoot, and then we're going to podcast. So we'll have a lot of experiences to talk about, because I'll get to see what it feels like to run the mountain and shoot bows and, train in the gym here. So it's going to be unique. I mean, I'm not like the professional conversationalist like you and like Rogan would be. So I need to okay, what am I good at? I'm good at training. And then we can talk about that and that'll interweave into our conversation about life also. But it's going to be a lift, run, shoot YouTube series that's going to come out every week with the guest. And then the podcast, it'll be in person here in Oregon. And I'm doing it just because I'm drawn to outliers like Goggins, like yourself, like there's ultra marathoners like Courtney DeWalter, Olympians, fighters like Chandler, who's turned into a household name in UFC. I'm drawn to outliers, and I want to talk to them and try to figure out what made them an outlier. Why are they the best in their field? And I've always considered myself just an average guy who worked hard. So how can the lessons those outliers have learned in their life to get to the top of their field, what can an average person like me take from that? And so that's what I'm going to try to be the mouthpiece for the average regular guy and talk to these. I've been put in position for whatever reason, just because of life, to have connection with people like this. And so I want to have discussions and just see what we can glean from the best of the best. That's my goal.
I love it. And you said before, quote, an outlier will never allow someone to outwork them. And you say, if you're not the hardest working person then you're not working hard enough. So I think you already kind of have an idea what makes an outlier. It's someone who won't allow themselves to be outworked.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. That's how I see it. It's every person I know that stands out for some reason sacrifices a little more, just a little more than everybody else. And that's why they're great at what they do. Yeah.
It's so true. One of the things I learned from doing this, and you'll learn this too, I think, as you start doing podcasts, and it's something I should have known anyways, but you get a media bias for people. You see people in the media and you're thinking, okay, well, she is only a pop star because she got lucky and she's kind of pretty. And then even though I'm in the media business and I know my media bias is there, I still, sometimes my subconscious brain does this, Cameron. And then I meet them and I'm like, oh, this person put in tons and tons of hard work. Like they paid the cost to be the boss. And then as I realized after 1,000 guests over 11 years, they all paid the cost. They all put in the work. There's nobody lucky out there that stays at the top, more than maybe an instant. Even then, that's probably not luck either. And so I agree with you. And most people don't realize that. And when they see someone that they come in, maybe it's a narrative in their head to justify the fact that they're not there or why they don't work hard enough. There's a lot of weird psychologies we do, right? But by me spending hours and hours with these people, you realize that these people face demons. They fought battles you'll never understand, you'll never know about, you'll never see. All you get to see is the music video, or all you get to see is Cameron on the hunt with Rogan and the highlight reel. You don't get to see the 25 years of training that went into that. And so I'd say sometimes a lot of us, again, even me in the media, I forget that most people that are great at what they do are outliers, and because they put in the work. So well, I'm excited to see the podcast, and
thank you.
I'm really. What's next for you? Also, are you struggling with not having the full-time job? Is that a little weird? Or are you just?
It is weird. I miss the people. I miss going into work and having challenges every day to put out fires. I'd been there a long time, so I'd been the buyer for 20 years, so I did all the contracts, and there's a lot of stuff, bids going on. So there's always stuff going on there. And then I was a superintendent for about 6 years. So I was in charge of construction, underground construction and engineering. And so, yeah, I mean, I was busy. I love the people. I miss the people. The work was it's just what I did. You know, when I was at home, I just went to work, and every day was busy because there's always stuff going on. There's always people that need direction or whatever. So I definitely miss that. I'm excited for this new venture on the podcast and just be able to spend time with these amazing people. I'm excited, but yeah, the daily grind is kind of who I am and who I've been my whole life. So it's taking some getting used to, but we'll see what happens.
All right. And so otherwise, nothing's changing for you. You're still up at 4:55, but you're waking up before the alarm. You're still running the mountain, lifting weights, shooting every day. Podcast is out. Another book in the future, maybe. A world tour, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. It all sounds good to me. I mean, we'll see what happens. Mostly, I want Chandler to leave here. He gets here like, what time is it? So he gets here in about 2 hours. So okay. I want him to leave here and be like, holy shit, that was intense. So that's my goal. So for the next 2 days, if I can achieve that, then we'll see where we're at after that.
I love it. Cameron, really appreciate the time. The book is Endure, How to Work Hard, Outlast, and Keep Hammering. They can get that on Amazon, bookstores, all that stuff. To follow your podcast, what's your YouTube channel? And obviously you're on Instagram. Is that your social media of choice?
Yeah. Normally Instagram. YouTube is just Cameron Hanes. I got the Cameron Hanes YouTube channel. I haven't put anything up there for a while, but this new, I think there's 300,000 subscribers. So they're kind of primed for new content. So that's where the Lift, Run, Shoot video series will go. And that'll be a weekly post. And then like I said, the podcast will be weekly. It'll be on all the major platforms. And then Instagram will be able to, Cameron Hanes, you'll be able to keep track of what I'm doing.
The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair, and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.